Although there are thousands of words in the English language, they can be grouped into 8, according to the work they do. This is why there are only 8 parts of speech, as they are called in English. The first part of speech we're going to take up is the noun. A noun is a word that names a person, a place, or a thing. Examples of nouns that name a person are mother, father, brother, sister, doctor, priest, secretary, president, baby, Jesus. Examples of nouns that name a place are town, province, park, yard, barrio, valley, street. Examples of nouns that name a thing are pencil, paper, book, television, table, eraser, money, shampoo, soap, milk. You'll always know if a word is a noun if you remember that a noun is a word that names a person, a place, or a thing. Let's see if you can recognize which of the following 5 words is a noun. Listen carefully. Run, beautiful, under, grandma, laughing. If your answer is grandma, you're right, because it names a person. Listen to these next 5 words and tell me which is a noun. Kind, here, small, city, slowly. If you answered city, you're right, because it names a place. Now, tell me which of the following words is a noun. Pray, flower, easily, longer, where. Did I hear you say flower? Then you're right again, because it names a thing. So never forget that if a word names a person, a place, or a thing, that word is a noun. There are 2 kinds of nouns: proper nouns and common nouns. A proper noun is a special name given to particular persons, places, or things, and it always begins with a capital letter. A common noun is a name shared in common by persons, places, or things of the same class. For example, common nouns would be boy, province, car, university, while proper nouns would be Christopher, Pangasinan, Toyota, University of Santo Tomas. Notice in the examples just given that the common noun boy can apply to any other boy, while the proper noun Christopher applies to one or a particular boy. Likewise, the common noun car applies to any other car, but the proper noun Toyota applies to a particular car. It is easy to recognize a proper noun because it always begins with a capital letter. Nouns, particularly common nouns, may also be classified as concrete or abstract. Concrete nouns name things that you can see, hear, touch, smell, or taste. For example, baby, radio, ice, flower, apple. Unlike concrete nouns, abstract nouns cannot be perceived by our senses. Abstract nouns name a quality, a state of mind, a feeling, or an action. For example, quality could be strength and health. State of mind could be worry, hope, faith. Feeling could be joy, love. Action could be rapidity or slowness. Notice that you cannot touch, smell, hear, taste, or see hope, worry, love. That's why they are called abstract nouns. Some nouns are also called collective nouns. Collective nouns name a group or collection of things regarded as a whole. Examples of collective nouns are class, club, flock, crowd, congregation, team, jury, fleet. Nouns also have number, singular or plural. A singular noun refers to one thing, while a plural noun refers to two or more things. Note the following examples. For singular, girl, baby, candy, city, man, foot. For plural, girls, babies, candies, cities, men, feet. How do you form the plural of nouns? Here are some rules to help you change a singular noun to plural. Number 1, most nouns form their plural by adding s to their singular form. For example, for singular, pencil, apple, pie, dog, boy. For plural, pencils, apples, pies, dogs, boys. Number 2, nouns ending in F and FE form their plural by changing the F and the FE into VES. For example, for singular, wife. For plural, wives. Life, lives. Knife, knives. Half, halves. Loaf, loaves. Leaf, leaves. Self, selves. Exceptions. Some new words ending in F form their plurals just by adding s. For example, for singular, golf. For plural, golfs. Proof, proofs. Chief, chiefs. Grief, griefs. A few have two plural forms. For example, for singular, hoof. For plural, hoofs and hooves. Wharf, wharfs and wharves. Scarf, scarfs and scarves. Number 3, nouns ending in s, sh, ch, x, z, and o form their plural by adding es. For singular, kiss. For plural, kisses. Brush, brushes. Beach, beaches. Box, boxes. Exceptions. Nouns of foreign origin, however, form their plurals by adding only s. Thus, for singular, piano. For plural, pianos. Solo, solos. Folio, folios. Tyro, tyros. Canto, cantos. Trio, trios. Alto, altos. Cameo, cameos. Number 4. Nouns ending in is form their plurals by changing is to es. For singular, oasis. For plural, oasis. Crisis, crisis. Number 5. Nouns ending in y, preceded by a consonant, form their plurals by changing y into ies. Examples. For singular, housefly. For plural, houseflies. Country, countries. Butterfly, butterflies. Ally, allies. Number 6. Some nouns have the same form both in the singular and in the plural. Examples. For singular, deer. For plural, deer. Sheep, sheep. Swine, swine. Salmon, salmon. Number 7. Some nouns have only plural forms, no singular forms. Examples. Pants, pajamas, trousers, measles, politics, mathematics, shorts, clothes, eyeglasses, pliers, spectacles, mumps, billiards, cards, riches, contents, surroundings, winnings, credentials, scales used for weighing. But words as politics, mathematics, news, works, physics, phonetics, gallows, innings, though plural in form, are used as if they were singular. Number 8. Some nouns of foreign origin have the same plural forms as their original foreign ones. Examples: for singular, datum; for plural, data; radius, radii; phenomenon, phenomena; addendum, addenda; memorandum, memoranda. Memorandums is now also acceptable. Number 9. Some nouns have irregular plural forms. Examples: for singular, tooth; for plural, teeth; foot, feet; goose, geese; mouse, mice; louse, lice; ox, oxen; child, children. Number 10. With compound words like the following, only the first word is usually changed to plural. For singular, father-in-law; for plural, fathers-in-law; sister-in-law, sisters-in-law; passer-by, passers-by; man-of-war, men-of-war; governor-general, governors-general; commander-in-chief, commanders-in-chief; court-martial, courts-martial. Nouns also have genders. Number 1. Masculine gender. For all nouns representing males. Examples: brother, father, uncle, grandfather, king, prince, waiter, bridegroom. Number 2. Feminine gender. For all nouns representing females. Examples: mother, sister, aunt, grandmother, queen, princess, waitress, bride. Number 3. Neuter gender. For non-living or inanimate objects. Examples: table, chair, slippers, chalk, eraser, cross, camera. Number 4. Common gender. For all nouns which may refer to either male or female. For example, friend, visitor, child, cousin, patient, customer, horse, pig, bird, fowl, teacher, parent. In many cases, we can change the masculine form of nouns to feminine just by adding ess. For example, masculine, host; feminine, hostess; waiter, waitress; actor, actress; heir, heiress; emperor, empress; lion, lioness; tiger, tigress, manager, manageress, shepherd, shepherdess, poet, poetess, baron, baroness. In other cases, a compound word is used like masculine, boyfriend, feminine, girlfriend, landlord, landlady, boy cousin, girl cousin, manservant, maidservant, grandfather, grandmother, schoolmaster, schoolmistress. In some cases, the feminine form is a different word. For example, masculine, king, feminine, queen, son, daughter, father, mother, uncle, aunt, husband, wife, man, woman, sir, madam, bachelor, spinster, gentleman, lady, nephew, niece, earl, countess, dog, bitch, stallion, mare, cock, hen, gander, goose, bull, cow, boar, sow, drake, duck, ram, ewe, buck, doe, colt, filly, fox, vixen, stag, hind, bullock, heifer. Nouns also have case. Here we're going to take up only the possessive case, expressing possession. The possessive case of the noun is formed 1. By adding apostrophe s to singular nouns. For example, the dog's tail, expressing the tail of the dog. Mother's comb, meaning the comb of mother. Rodney's book, meaning the book of Rodney. Number 2, by adding apostrophe to plural nouns ending in s. For example, baby's clothes, boy's hobbies. Number 3, by adding apostrophe s to plural nouns not ending in s. For example, children's department, men's room. Number 4, by adding either apostrophe or apostrophe s to nouns ending in s. For example, James or James's letter. Both are correct, but using only the apostrophe is preferred, like in goodness sake. To sum up, a noun is a word that names a person, a place, or a thing. A noun is either proper or common, concrete or abstract, individual or collective. Nouns also have number, singular and plural. Nouns also have gender, masculine, feminine, neuter, and common. Nouns also have case, possessive case. Pronoun. A pronoun is a word used to take the place of a noun. Why are pronouns important? These 3 sentences will show why. The girl is beautiful. The girl wears a pink dress. I admire the girl. The word girl is used 3 times, and you know it doesn't sound nice. Now let's see how much better the sentences would be with the use of pronouns. The girl is beautiful. She wears a pink dress. I admire her. In the two sentences, the word girl is replaced by the words she and her. And so she and her are called pronouns, and the noun girl is called the antecedent, the word the pronoun she and her stand for. Like nouns, pronouns have gender. Masculine for males, feminine for females, neuter for non-living things, and also common for both males and females. Examples of masculine pronouns: he, him, his. Examples of feminine pronouns: she, her, hers. Examples of neuter pronouns: it, its. Examples of common pronouns: I, me, mine, you, yours, we, us, ours, they, them, theirs. Pronouns also have person. Person shows the relation of the pronouns to the speaker. The three persons of pronouns are first person, the person speaking. For example, I, me, mine, we, us, ours. Second person, the person being spoken to. For example, you, yours. Third person, the person, place, or thing spoken of. For example, he, him, his, she, her, hers, it, its, they, them, theirs. Pronouns also have number. Singular refers to one. For example, I, me, my, he, him, his, she, her, hers, it, its, you. Plural refers to two or more. For example, you, yours, we, us, our, ours, they, them, their, theirs. Pronouns also have case. Number 1, nominative case. Pronouns used as subject in a sentence. For example, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. As in the following sentences, I am a Christian, you are handsome. Number 2, objective case. Pronouns used as objects or receiver of action in a sentence. For example, me, you, him, it, us, you, them, as in the following sentences. I love you. God bless us. Number 3, possessive case. Pronouns used to show possession. For example, my, mine, his, hers, its, ours, yours, theirs, as in the following sentence. These books are mine. As we have earlier learned, the noun that the pronoun replaces is called antecedent. A pronoun must agree with its antecedent in person, number, and gender. So if the antecedent or the word to be replaced is boy, for example, the boy is cute. As a subject, you use he, not I or you, because boy is being spoken of. Not they, because boy is singular. Not she, because boy is masculine. Not him, because boy is used as a subject in the sentence. Now let's look at the different kinds of pronouns. 1. Personal pronouns. Pronouns that refer to a person who is speaking, being spoken to, being spoken of, and what is being spoken of. For example, I, you, he, she, it. You are faithful and charitable. She cooks our food. Number 2. Demonstrative pronouns. Pronouns that point to a person or a thing. For example, this, that, these, those. That is my car. These are my shoes. Number 3. Interrogative pronouns. Pronouns used to ask questions. For example, which, what, who, whom, whose. Which is your raincoat? What is the time? Who is your teacher? Number 4. Reflexive pronouns. Pronouns that point back to or reflect the subject. For example, myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, yourselves, ourselves, themselves. The man blamed himself for what happened. She saw it herself. Number 5. Possessive pronouns. Pronouns that stand for the possessor and the thing possessed. For example, mine, his, hers, its, ours, yours, theirs. This gift is yours. The mansion is theirs. Number 6. Indefinite pronouns. Pronouns that refer to some person or something without saying exactly who, how many, or how much. For example, any, few, one, someone, anybody, anything, some, several, anyone. He took a few pictures. She is waiting for someone. Number 7. Distributive pronouns. Pronouns that refer to people or things taken one by one. For example, each, every, either, neither. Each of the players has a chance to win. Either of these books is interesting. Number 8. Relative pronouns. Pronouns that introduce a clause describing its antecedent. For example, who, which, that, what. The boy who laughs loudest cries hardest. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. Adjective. An adjective is a word used to describe a person, a place, or a thing. In short, an adjective describes a noun. For example, you may describe a person as fat, thin, tall, short, ugly, or handsome. Or a house as new, old, tidy, dirty, big, or small. All these words are called adjectives. Adjectives have 3 degrees of comparison. Number 1, positive degree, expresses equality. It is the simple or ordinary form of adjectives. For example, sweet, young, old. Number 2, comparative degree, expresses superiority or inferiority. This is used when 2 persons or things are compared. For example, sweeter, younger, older. Number 3, superlative degree, expresses supremacy, when one is superior to all others in the particular quality denoted. This is used when three or more things are compared. For example, sweetest, youngest, oldest. Rules in forming the degree of comparison. With short words, the comparative degree is formed by adding ER. For example, positive, tall, comparative, taller, hard, harder, sweet, sweeter. The superlative degree is formed by adding EST. For example, positive, tall, superlative, tallest, hard, hardest, sweet, sweetest. However, in some cases, the final consonant is doubled before adding ER or EST. For example, positive, hot, comparative, hotter, superlative, hottest. Big, bigger, biggest. Fat, fatter, fattest. Thin, thinner, thinnest. With adjectives ending in Y after a consonant, change the Y into I before adding ER or EST. For example, positive, dry, comparative, drier, superlative, driest. Pretty, prettier, prettiest. Lovely, lovelier, loveliest. With adjectives ending in Y after a vowel, you simply add the ER or EST. For example, positive, gray, comparative, grayer, superlative, grayest. Gay, gayer, gayest. With long words, the comparative is formed by using more before the adjective. For example, positive, beautiful, comparative, more beautiful. Charitable, more charitable. The superlative is formed by using most. For example, positive, beautiful, superlative, most beautiful. Charitable, most charitable. Some adjectives have irregular degrees of comparison. For example, positive, good or well, comparative, better, superlative, best. Little, less or lesser, least. Bad or ill, worse, worst. Many or much, more, most. Up, upper, uppermost. Late, later, or latter, latest, or last. Old, older, or elder, oldest, or eldest. Verb. A verb is a word used to express strong action or being. Examples are run, cry, jump, catch, is, crawl, speak, look, go. A verb may be a single word, as in, he runs fast, or it may be two or more words, as in, he will run in the Olympics. The work should have been finished. The verbs in these sentences are will run and should have been finished. Run and finished are the principal words. The words will and should have been are helping verbs. These helping verbs are called auxiliary verbs. Transitive and intransitive verbs. A transitive verb needs an object to receive the action. Take the word catch in this sentence. The boys catch. The meaning is incomplete, isn't it? Catch what? Catch needs another word, called an object, to receive the action. Now let's see how the meaning becomes complete and clearer by adding an object. The boys catch the ball. The ball is the object of the verb catch. Words like catch, needing an object to receive the action, are called transitive verbs. To know if a verb is transitive, ask what or whom after the verb. If an answer can be found in the sentence, the verb is transitive. For example, let's study the following sentences. Father bought a new car. What did father buy? A new car, the direct object. I saw him yesterday. Whom did you see yesterday? Him, the direct object. A transitive verb may have two objects. One, direct object, and two, indirect object. For example, take this sentence. He gave her a flower. Gave is the verb. Her is the indirect object. Flower is the direct object. Another example. Father bought me a new toy. Bought is the verb. Me is the indirect object. Toy, or a new toy, is the direct object. Next, the intransitive verb. An intransitive verb denotes an action that is complete in itself. It does not need an object to receive the action of the verb. It does not answer what or whom. For example, the kite flies. The dog barked. The bell rang loudly. A verb may be transitive or intransitive according to how it is used in a sentence. For example, take the word wins. In the sentence, he wins, it is used as an intransitive verb. It is complete without an object. But in the sentence, he wins the race, it becomes a transitive verb because an object, the race, receives the action. It answers what after the verb. He wins what? The race. Some intransitive verbs, however, always need a word or another word to complete the predicate. These are commonly called linking verbs. Examples of these verbs are to be, am, is, are, was, were, will be, shall be, seem, become, appear. The word or words needed to complete their meaning or sense are called the complement. Let's take this sentence. She is happy. Is the linking verb. She is doesn't make a complete sense. Is needs another word, a complement, but not an object. Happy completes the meaning. Happy is a compliment. Other examples of sentences using linking verbs are, the crowd grew wild. His future appears bright. His grades are excellent. You will notice that these verbs join the subject with a complement. Thus, they are called linking verbs. Verbs also have voice, active voice, or passive voice. A verb is in the active voice when the subject does or performs the action, as in these sentences. The man chopped the wood. The boy drove the car. A verb is in the passive voice when the subject receives or suffers the action. The wood was chopped by the man. The car was driven by the boy. It is better to use the active voice because the effect is stronger and more direct. Besides, you can use fewer words. However, you may use the passive voice when the subject of the verb is unknown. For example, he was hit. The door was locked. His bicycle was stolen. Verbs also have mood. 1. The indicative mood. The indicative mood is the mood used to state a fact or ask a question. This is the most commonly used. Examples are, he writes short stories. He rests on Sundays. The imperative mood is the mood used to give order or commands or to make requests. Examples are, help me. Turn on the radio. Try a little prayer. The subjunctive mood, the mood used to state a wish, doubt, condition, or purpose. Examples are, I wish I were with you. If the rumor be true, you are lucky. God save the king. The infinitive mood, the mood used to make a general statement without referring to a person or thing. To serve is an honor. To give is better than to receive. Verbs also have person. Verbs change their form depending on the person of the verb. There are 3 persons of verbs. 1. First person. A verb is in the first person singular if the subject is I. A verb is in the first person plural if the subject is we. Examples. I am determined. First person singular. We are determined. First person plural. Number 2. Second person. A verb is in the second person if the subject is you. The second person forms of verbs are the same in both singular and plural. Examples. You sweep the floor. You are charming. Number 3. Third person. A verb is in the third person if the subject is any other singular or plural word. Examples. The dog chases the mailman. Third person singular. The dogs chase the mailman. Third person plural. The nature of the subject affects the form of the verb. Here are some points to remember. 1. A singular noun takes a singular verb. The sun shines brightly. The beggar wears old, dirty clothes. 2. A plural noun takes a plural verb. The children are studying their lessons. They play basketball. 3. 2 or 3 singular nouns become plural and thus take plural verbs. Mary and Christopher work for me. Dulce and Kay are compatible. 4. Collective nouns take either a singular or a plural verb. If the collective noun is regarded as a whole or a single unit, the verb is singular. The council is debating the issue. If the collective noun refers to each individual or member of the group, taken separately, the verb is plural. The council are debating the issue. 5. Everything, each, everybody, somebody always take singular verbs. Everybody is singing. Each has his own purpose in life. 6. Both always takes a plural verb. Both are coming tonight. Both know how to play the piano. 7. With either or and neither nor, the verb agrees with the word nearest it. Either the boys or Ronnie arrives today. Either Ronnie or the boys arrive today. Verbs also have tense. 1. Present tense, as in the wedding bell rings. 2. Past tense, as in the wedding bell rang. 3. Future tense, as in the wedding bells will ring. Present tense. The verb is in the present tense when it expresses an action going on at the present. The present tense of the verb may be 1. The simple present, denoting habitual action. He goes to church every day. 2. The present progressive or continuous, denoting action that is happening now but not habitually. He is going to church. However, some literary writers use the present tense to refer to future or past events to make them more vivid and immediate. For example, tomorrow I live again. He raises his rod and the waters part. The past tense. The simple past tense denotes an action that happened in the past. The audience laughed. The past progressive or continuous denotes an action that was going on during a certain time in the past. The audience was laughing all night. The future tense. The simple future tense refers to what will happen in the future. Shall or will is used with the verb to express the future. Shall is generally used with the first person singular and plural, I and we. Will is used with all other words. Examples: I shall go to Baguio next week. They will show you the way. The future progressive or continuous also expresses an action that takes place in the future, but the emphasis is on the length of time the action will take. You will be playing all summer. We shall be writing poems this semester. Now let's study the perfect tense. 1. The present perfect tense. It refers to an action that is completed in the present. I have seen the picture. She has forgiven him. Has or have is usually used with the verb. Number 2, the past perfect tense. It refers to an action that was completed as another began. We had eaten when my brother arrived. He had married before he met her. Number 3, the future perfect tense. It refers to an action that will be completed before another future action or time. I shall have written the script before the producer comes. I shall have bought the house before Christmas. Regular verbs usually form their past tense or past participle by simply adding ed, as in present tense, cook, past tense, cooked, past participle, cooked. Paint, painted, painted. Call, called, called. However, there are irregular verbs having different forms. Here are examples. Present tense, to be, or am, or is. Past tense, was. Past participle, been. Sing, sang, sung. Run, ran, run. Ring, rang, rung. Swim, swam, swum. Drink, drank, drunk. Spring, sprang, sprung. Begin, began, begun. Sink, sank, sunk. Steal, stole, stolen. Freeze, froze, frozen. Choose, chose, chosen. Wake, woke, woke. Break, broke, broken. Dig, dug, dug. Spin, spun, spun. Strike, struck, struck. Bear, bore, born. Wear, wore, worn. Tear, tore, torn. Win, won, won. Speak, spoke, spoken. Swear, swore, sworn. Hang, hung, or hanged. Hung, or hanged. Swing, swung, swung. Sting, stung, stung. Lead, led, led. Bleed, bled, bled. Breed, bred, bred. Sleep, slept, slept. Creep, crept, crept. Feed, fed, fed. Sweep, swept, swept. Weep, wept, wept. Draw, drew, drawn. Know, knew, known. Read, read, read. Meet, met, met. Leave, left, left. Keep, kept, kept. Feel, felt, felt. Blow, blew, blown. Grow, grew, grown. Fly, flew, flown. Throw, threw, thrown. Drive, drove, driven. Ride, rode, ridden. Rise, rose, risen. Write, wrote, written. Think, thought, thought. buy, bought, bought. Bring, brought, brought. Fight, fought, fought. Catch, caught, caught. Teach, taught, taught. Seek, sought, sought. Strive, strove, striven. Thrive, throve, or thrived. Thriven, or thrived. Stride, strode, stridden. Do, did, done. Eat, ate, eaten. Fall, fell, fallen. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Go, went, gone. Get, got, got. Have, had, had. See, saw, seen. Bite, bit, bitten. Hide, hid, hidden. Sell, sold, sold. Tell, told, told. Mistake, mistook, mistaken. Take, took, taken. Shake, shook, shaken. Forsake, forsook, forsaken. Give, gave, given. Forgive, forgave, forgiven. Forbid, forbade, forbidden. Bid, bad, or bid. Bidden, or bid. Mow, mowed, mown. Saw, sawed, sown. Show, showed, shown. Saw, sawed, sown. Sit, sat, sat. Spit, spat, spat. Come, came, come. Become, became, become. Overcome, overcame, overcome. Beat, beat, beaten. Abide, abode, abode. Say, said, said. Shoot, shot, shot. Slide, slid, slid. Stand, stood, stood. Shine, shone, shone. Make, made, made. Lay, laid, laid. Lie, lay, lain. Hold, held, held. Withhold, withheld, withheld. Pay, paid, paid. Lose, lost, lost. Rot, rotted, rotten. Shoe, shod, shod. Dwell, dwelt, dwelt. Hear, heard, heard. Adverb. An adverb is a word that describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. It answers the questions how, where, when, why. It is easy to recognize an adverb because an adverb usually ends in ly. The kinds of adverbs. 1. Adverbs of manner. Adverbs that tell how the action denoted by the verb is done. They answer the question, how? For example, listen to this sentence. The man is speaking softly. How is the man speaking? Softly. So softly is an adverb of manner. Other adverbs that you can use to describe his manner of speaking are harshly, persuasively, eloquently, and convincingly. Number 2, adverbs of time. Adverbs that tell when the action of the verb takes place. They answer the question, when? Listen to these examples. His brother arrived yesterday. I'll always love you. Come immediately. The words yesterday, always, and immediately are adverbs of time. They answer the question, when? Other examples of words used as adverbs of time are never, now, often, ago, soon, sometimes, when. Number 3, adverbs of place. Adverbs that tell where the action of the verb takes place. Examples of words used as adverbs of place are there, here, down, forward, behind, where, nowhere, somewhere. For instance, come here, march forward, stay behind, don't look down, he went somewhere. Number 4, adverbs of degree. Adverbs that tell the degree of the action the verb denotes. Examples of adverbs of degree are very, to, so, much, more, most, quite, fairly, mainly, completely, greatly. She is very eager to see you. He is quite charming. This car is too expensive. Number 5, interrogative adverbs. Adverbs that ask or introduce questions indicating time, place, manner, or reason. Examples are where, when, why, how. How did it happen? Why did you do it? Where do you live? When shall we start? Some adverbs are used to express one affirmation, like surely, certainly, undoubtedly. I certainly accept your invitation. Number 2, doubt, like perhaps, maybe, probably. She will perhaps see you. Number 3, negation, like not. She will not come. He is not angry. Like adjectives, adverbs also have degree of comparison. Rules informing the degree of comparison. Number 1, some short adverbs form the comparative degree by adding er and the superlative degree by adding est. She types fast. She types faster. She types fastest. Number 2, more often, adverbs form the comparative degree by placing more before the adverb, and the superlative degree by using most. He sings beautifully. He sings more beautifully. He sings most beautifully. Some adverbs, however, cannot be compared, like entirely, wholly, and fatally. Preposition. A preposition is a word used with the noun to show the noun's relationship to some other word in the sentence, which may be a verb, an adjective, or another noun. Noun in this definition means a noun, pronoun, or noun equivalent. The preposition usually goes before the noun. Prepositions may be single words, as in by, in, under, at, near, over, up, across, inside, before, beside, into, through, to, towards, at, off, on, about, against, above, along, beyond, around, after, during, for, since, till, among, between, down, from, underneath, behind, below, beneath, past. The cat sleeps under the table. Her pen pal lives across the seas. I sent my letter through Mary. Prepositions may also be two or more words, as in for the sake of, at the back of, at the bottom of, in front of, with regard to, far from, out of, in the middle of, in the beginning of, at the end of, up to, down to. Her house is at the back of the school. The teacher scolded John instead of me. As mentioned in our definition, prepositions may show the relationship between a verb and a noun. He lives beside the lake. She sits near me. In these examples, beside shows the place relationship between the verb lives and noun lake. Between an adjective and a noun, her basket is full of flowers. I am not tired of living. The preposition of shows the relationship between the adjective full and the noun flowers and the adjective tired and the noun living. Between a noun and another noun, pronoun or noun equivalent. Her father works in a bakery across the street. The preposition across joins or shows the relationship between the noun bakery and another noun street. Here are further examples of prepositions as used in a sentence. She saw him through the windows. The boy slept under the tree. I left my bag in the schoolroom. Boxers are not allowed to hit below the belt. We go to the beach during summer. Notice that a preposition is always followed by a noun. This noun is called the object of the preposition. For example, in the sentence, the bird flew out of the cage. The object of the preposition is cage. Conjunction. A conjunction is a word used to join single words or groups of words. An example of a conjunction is the word and, as in Jesus and Mary, faith and charity, paper and pencil. Other common conjunctions are but, since, although, after, because, before, if, or, nor, though, yet, till, until, that, whereas, than. Here are examples showing how conjunctions are used to join single words. He marries for love or money. He is short but handsome. Phrases. I love the fragrance of roses and the chirping of birds. The fish jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire. Clauses. You must have determination or you fail. Jesus died for us because he loves us. Don't stand until the teacher enters. Interjection. An interjection is a word used to express strong or sudden feeling. Interjections may be single words or sounds. Hurrah! Oh! Hello? Oops! Shh! Huh? Ah! Phew! Bah! Interjections may be sentences. What a pity! Oh dear! My God! Good Lord! Interjections are usually followed by exclamation points. But today, the exclamation mark is often not used, except when the feeling or exclamation is unusually strong. A sentence is a word or a group of words that expresses a complete thought. So if a word or a group of words doesn't express a complete thought, it is not a sentence. That's why the following examples are not sentences. The car. In the morning. Going to school. Slowly. For a sentence to express a complete thought, it must have two parts. One, a subject, or something to talk about. And number two, a predicate, or what is said about the subject. Let's think of something to talk about. For instance, mother. Now, what can we say about mother? She washes our clothes. So let's form a sentence. Mother washes our clothes. Mother is the subject of the sentence, and washes our clothes is the predicate. Let's take another example of a sentence. The little boy cried. What is the subject? What is being talked about? The little boy. Right. What is the predicate? Or what is being said about the boy? He cried. So, the little boy is the subject and cried is the predicate. Let's have one more example. Grandma is happy. Now you can easily tell that grandma is the subject and the predicate is happy. You'll observe in the examples we have studied that a subject or a predicate may be made up of a word or a group of words. A subject is anything we can talk about. It may be a person, a place, or a thing. The predicate always has a verb, a word that expresses an action or a being or a state or condition. How about a one-word sentence? We said a while ago that a sentence may be a word. That's right. An example of a one-word sentence is stop. Stop is the predicate. Where is the subject? A sentence must have a subject. If I tell you, stop, It makes sense, doesn't it? It expresses a complete thought. Why? It's simply because the subject is understood you. It's actually you stop. The same is true with go, come, or run. The subject is understood you. Now that you know what a sentence is and its parts, let's study the different kinds of sentences. There are 4 kinds of sentences according to meaning or purpose. A declarative sentence is a sentence that states a fact or a condition. It says that something is true or false. For example, my father gave me a wrist watch. Dulce is married to a lawyer. Only God is great. An interrogative sentence is a sentence that asks a question. For example, what's your major purpose in life? Are you going to visit her tonight? An imperative sentence is a sentence that expresses a request or command. For example, may I borrow your book? Sit down. An exclamatory sentence is a sentence that expresses a sudden feeling or emotion. Oh, how I wish I had seen it. Lord, save us. All the sentences we have taken so far are simple sentences. Sentences may also be classified into 5 kinds according to form or structure. 1. Simple sentence. 2. Compound sentence. 3. Complex sentence. 4. Compound complex sentence. And 5. Complex sentence. Although sentences are usually classified into the first 3 only, namely simple, compound, and complex, we'll take the complete 5 types here. What we have been studying so far is the simple sentence. A simple sentence has a subject and a predicate, expressing a complete thought. The subject may be simple, talking about only one topic, like stars, or the morning star, with descriptive or modifying words. Or the subject may be compound, 2 or more subjects joined by a conjunction like the bride and the groom, or Christopher, John, and Rodney. Likewise, a predicate may also be simple like runs or runs fast, as in the sentence, the boy runs fast. A predicate may also be compound like plays and laughs, as in the baby plays and laughs, or the baby plays alone and laughs cheerfully. A compound sentence is simply 2 simple sentences, more rightly called independent clauses, joined by a conjunction. For example, Leah's father gave her a gift and she's very happy. Leah's father gave her a gift is itself a complete sentence. So is she's very happy. These are called independent clauses. These 2 clauses are joined by the conjunction and. Other conjunctions, more specifically called coordinating conjunctions, usually used to join clauses are but, yet, while, nor, or. If the clauses are simple, a comma sometimes takes the place of the conjunction. More often, however, the clauses are separated by a semicolon, especially when the clauses are long and complicated. He earns money. His wife spends it. Compound sentences are usually used to give emphasis. For example, one may say, I love you, and want to marry you. But he can be more emphatic by saying, I love you and I want to marry you. You should not use a compound sentence, however, when you can use simple sentences just as well or better to express your idea. A complex sentence consists of one independent clause and one or two dependent or subordinate clauses. What is a clause? A clause is actually a simple sentence or group of words having a subject and a predicate. But this name is given to such simple sentences as part of a compound sentence or a complex sentence. There are two types of clauses: independent clause and dependent or subordinate clause. An independent clause is a simple sentence by itself. It gives a complete meaning. It can stand alone. A dependent or subordinate clause does not give a complete sense. It cannot stand alone. It depends on an independent clause to complete its meaning. Take this example of a complex sentence. I like you because you are kind. I like you in this sentence is the independent clause. It gives a complete meaning. Because you are kind is the dependent clause. It doesn't make sense. Because you are kind, what? Here's another example of a complex sentence. She remained faithful to him though he was away. She remained faithful to him is an independent clause. Though he was away is a dependent clause. You will notice that even if the dependent clause doesn't give a complete meaning, it has a subject and predicate. In though he was away, the subject is he, and the complete predicate is was away. He, the one being talked about, was away tells something about the subject. Dependent clauses are often introduced by subordinate conjunctions as that, when, what, though, although, even if, because, until, which, as, where, who, whom, before, after, so, that, in order that, how. A dependent or subordinate clause sometimes does the work of a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. That's why dependent or subordinate clauses are classified into three. 1. Noun clause, clause used as a noun. Examples of a noun clause are how he survived is a miracle. What you don't know won't hurt you. A small house is what he wants. The noun clauses in these examples are how he survived, what you don't know, and what he wants. 2. Adjectival clause, a clause used as an adjective. Examples of an adjectival clause are who helped me in the sentence, she is the girl who helped me. Where I met her in the sentence, this is the place where I met her. 3. Adverbial clause, a clause used as an adverb. Examples of an adverbial clause are when she heard the news in the sentence, she was shocked when she heard the news. Adverbial clause of time, where no one dared to go in the sentence, he went where no one dared to go. Adverbial clause of place, as she had never sung before in she sang as she had never sung before. Adverbial clause of manner, because she is kind in he likes her because she is kind. Adverbial clause of reason or cause, so that you will pass the exams in Study well so that you will pass the exams. Adverbial clause of purpose and result. Unless you believe in Christ. In you cannot be saved unless you believe in Christ. Adverbial clause of condition. A compound complex sentence consists of two or more independent clauses and one or more dependent or subordinate clauses. An example is, he finished college and he became rich, although he came from a poor family. He finished college and he became rich are the two independent clauses. Although he came from a poor family is the dependent clause. Another example is, he is handsome though he is short, and he is strong though he is thin. The independent clauses are, he is handsome and he is strong. The dependent clauses are, though he is short and though he is thin. A complex sentence is actually a complex sentence with two dependent clauses. She shouted with joy when she heard that she passed the bar. When she heard and that she passed the bar are the two dependent or subordinate clauses. She shouted with joy is the independent clause. Now, how do you differentiate a sentence from a clause or a phrase? A sentence has a subject and a predicate, and it expresses a complete thought. A clause also has a subject and a predicate, and it may or it may not express a complete thought. A phrase is a group of words without a subject or a predicate. Examples of phrases are at the back, by the window, to the river, in the house. A phrase is sometimes used to do the work of a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. An example of a noun phrase is to love one another. In the sentence, to love one another is his motto. An example of an adjectival phrase is under the bed. In the bag under the bed is mine. An example of an adverbial phrase is behind the tree. In the boy hid behind the tree. Play this again and again until you have mastered the lessons. God bless you.